now.
Almost an open goal right here to start it off for St. Peter's University. Defense covers this one up for the time being. That's the Jags, 90 Mikey, Liquid, and Super Brodog. Sid the Man, leftover. What does it say? Leftover. Oh, come on. Leftover Burgers. There we go. Leftover Burgers and Ura X making up your St. Peter's University squad.
Those are just some legendary names. Really
Yes,
just from both. I mean, leftover burgers, that's what I had for supper last night. So I think this is going to be a pretty good, you know, with the roster lineup like that, you know, that's definitely going to make you ask some questions, and you don't want to ask questions while playing Rocket League.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, if the name Liquid is the least exciting, at least like, you know, a wonky in an esports game, then I think that all 6 of these players are doing something right.
Oh, I have to agree. And that's going to be right there for Ura X scoring first for St. Peter's.
God, this is basically from the goalie's box. Ura X had to put extra postage on that one, South Beach.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, man, that was... I don't know who cleared out that ball, but Ura X had the excellent tap just to angle it back into the goal. So the boys for St. Peter's get on the board first.
Yeah, it was the initial take. First lead change here. First goal. 90 seconds in. A low-scoring affair it has been. Back to the middle. Nice hit. Sid the Man left of the Burgers, both getting there. So a double commit from the side of St. Peter's. And just like that, Jag can be able to take the offensive possession. Not profession. I guess they're professional at it.
Yeah.
Or will be soon. Who knows?
They also want to add some perfection as well.
Oh, there you go. I'm going with the alliteration. I like it. I like it.
Oh! Just not going to happen for X, unfortunately. You know, that was going to go in. Just the physics of the game and the stage just worked. Had a different idea.
There you go. The game's cheating against people now. I get it.
Oh yeah,
I've heard that excuse before.
Well, it's real. It cheats against me all the time.
Oh yeah.
And it's not just Rocket League.
Imagine that. My own PC hating me and forcing me to play poorly in games that I want to play well in.
And speaking of playing poorly, no defense right there. 90 Mike coming in with the play. Oh,
90 Mike. Like 99, but I thought it was 90. Like the number, a 90
yeah,
Mike.
That's what I was reading too. But yeah, it is a 90 Mike. But you saw a little bit of a crossover move, did you? I think that's what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, some fancy footwork. Get that something like that done. That's one of our first demos as well. Leftover Burgers tossed out. 90 Mikey bringing this one out. Nope, not until Leftover Burgers has something to say about it. Almost gets a perfect cross hit right there, but Liquid just simply gets to this one a little bit sooner. Coming in a little bit fast at that one as well. Little flip action, gives this one up on the second touch here. Side of St. Peter's until teammates have something to say about it. Taken out over the corner, Sid the Man. Beaten feet to get there, does, but again, Liquid is there to just tap this one away. There's a big ball out, but 90 Mikey is there to make the save.
Yeah, just also barely able to clear that ball and get a little bit of save credit, even though it might not show up on his stat sheet. But yeah, it looked like it was the bottom 2 tires to hit that ball to clear it. So if he flew past it a little bit longer, that would have been a goal.
The difference of inches, a great game of Rocket League is for sure. Perhaps centimeters to keep it thematical. Tied up situation, 80 seconds left. Offense right now against South Alabama. Sid the Man taking this one across the wall. Gets met there by Super Brodog and stopped for right now. Leftover Burgers trying to get back into this one. Realizes the offensive pressure. Now rotating in. Meeting in the middle. That's a solid hit. And Leftover Burgers blocks this one not once, but twice.
Throwing hands, making sure nothing gets past Leftover Burgers.
Brodog up, easily blocked from Leftover Burgers again. Side of St. Peter's significantly taking offensive pressure right now from the defensive performances of Leftover Burgers in every way. I think he's been responsible for every single takeout in the last 3.
There's been just a lot of back and forth play, just all defense, really. So we just need a, still you're needing to see a goal right there. We almost saw it from Super Bro Dog, but leftover burgers gives us something, gives us a fresh save. Making sure we don't see that.
Back position, said the man, rotating in. Save this one for right now. 7 seconds away from the first overtime situation we've seen so far. Said the man, almost there. Liquid comes in, flipping in and saving the dreams, the hopes and aspirations of this South Alabama squad. Coming in, Brodog stop. That might hit. It does not. Liquid gets up under this, noses this one up, and buys a little bit extra time. Sid the man, now rotating out, popping this one. Great ball handling, but can't get just a little bit too far behind it. Now we have the formal sudden death situation.
Exactly. This is going to be our first overtime of the stream today, so we'll see really which school is going to deserve to take this game one first.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of one-goal games, but none of them actually going down to the formal overtime situation. As it is, leftover burgers coming in. Defender whiffed at this one. X puts this to the left. Now a scrambling University of South Alabama defense to come back at this one. Popping this one up, purchased them lots of time though, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Low and slow roller there, solidly on point until leftover burgers gets up and bicycle kicks this one back on over. Superdog burning a lot to get there and takes advantage from it. Leftover burgers, big boost in the hand, spends a little bit of it to get that one set up, but Sid the Man comes in and breaks up this play in the middle of it. X, now the hit over, Sid the Man tries to tap that one to assist in. Not going to happen. Leftover burgers back on over to it as the members of St. Peter's assume the offensive position again.
Yeah, wow, just 1 minute of play already in overtime, and it's just been so far just back and forth, just clear after clear after clear from both teams.
Easy.
Waiting to get an easy goal from Sid the Man, and St. Peter's is actually going to go ahead and just take this first game.
Yeah, this literally was anybody's game. Super Brodog cannot gallop up to this one in time. 2-1, and a full minute of extra play as well. Full minute of extra play. We are going to go to a very short break and allow these teams to take a second, get back into this game. We'll be back with you guys in just a second. back and push to a overtime situation in the earlier there. Now we are looking at a similar situation at least here in game number 2 with no scores from the side of the Jags that South Alabama so far. Liquid stretching right there. That was almost the second. Sid the man just a little bit too high. And then way too fast at this, an open goal situation. And a little bit too excited, it seems like, South Beach.
Yeah, I think they just moved a little bit too fast and kind of lost control. And if you lose control, you're not going to be able to score very, very well and get some wrong angles. But, you know, it's still pretty early, and they have a lead. So, now don't let that hang over your head really well. Just keep on focused in the game, regroup, make sure your defense is stellar too, and the Peacocks will fly eventually.
Do peacocks fly?
According to the other guys, Mark Wahlberg says he's a peacock, so you got to let him fly.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. A trio of Wahlbergs possibly on the side of... I don't know. I don't know.
I only assume. Such a great movie, the other guys, though.
It really is. It really is. 15 seconds outside of halftime. Leftover burger is to the man. X all coordinated with a hit on this one. X the last back after a wonky triple commit on that ball. But just like that, South Alabama on the defense. Pop over the side. Leftover burger is burning everything to get this one. This should be setting it up as Sid the man just comes in a little bit, yeah, a little bit too, gyrating too much, turning too much, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, almost could be able to make a donut if you turned just a little bit more. But right now, Liquid's taking it into St. Peter's territory. 2 defenders ready. So, and now they just cleared it to the South Alabama side. And made a goal on top of that. That was Sid the man.
Yeah, that's actually from goalie's box here, all the way down. 4th shot attempt, first goal in. And that's now a 2-goal lead. The biggest lead in this series so far.
Exactly. And I bet if I'm St. Peter's, they want to make it even bigger, not just having 2 goals, because that's how much they won by the last game. So you can get another goal in eventually. That's what I would try to do.
Nemo's in the middle, stopping this offensive push in its tracks. Popping over the side, and everybody gets a chance to reset. Road Dog, get on this to the right side. Pop back over. Kind of weak defensive pushes. A good setup attempt to Liquid right there, but not enough time to really let it unfold.
Exactly. Just gotta have that little bit of patience in order to make that type of play.
X almost pinning on the third right here. So the man taking it to the outside. Hit against the top. Nobody there for the side of St. Peter's.
Exactly. Now we're just, once again, going a little bit back and forth. Just about 5 or 6 cars missing that ball, just bouncing down. Kind of just got to try to center your ball control. But right now, South Alabama's just kind of in trouble right now as they approach 1 minute left to play.
Yeah,
they need a goal.
Yeah, just like we saw earlier, kind of you just saw the tempo of this game just get turned to 11 as Alabama again realizes that this is you lose by 10, you lose by 2, doesn't matter. Time to pour it all in offense, shake this tree and see what comes out. Road Dog, nice redirect here. Leftover burgers forced to answer it. Weak hit, going to center this one down to the ground and barely get away from one. We saw a member of South Alabama, the Jags, actually shoot in for the goalie on this one. So again, good commit to the all-on offense.
Exactly. Now under 30 seconds left. South Alabama needs an answer. They're getting on the pressure, just not quite there, and it almost bit them in the wrong place, but Liquid and then also Super Road Dog able to make a save.
Not 1 but 2. Fantastic defensive performances. Liquid following it up with a third in his second. X run to the middle. Stopped, but ball progression is still there. X tacks on a third. The goal to go in game number 2.
Exactly, just 3 seconds left. I think it's safe to say St. Peter's takes this game here for themselves. So, either way, once we wrap this up, we'll take a look at the stats sheets, and we'll talk about how South Alabama will improve.
Yeah, so 3-0 here. We saw, yeah, again, 3 goals being, it was 2 goals earlier, 3 goals now being the biggest score difference. Let's take it to the numbers. The
Mm-hmm.
big outlying factor should stand out. There's
Yes.
14 shots, 14 for St. Peter's, and the loneliest number, that's 1 for South Alabama.
Yeah. Shout out to Super Bro Dog taking that one shot, but unfortunately, didn't make it either. So, although we would have a different story. Now, you have 14 now on the other side for St. Peter's. They won the game. They did what they had to do on offense, but also on the defensive side. 14 shots, but you only make 3 points, 3 goals. That could be way, way better, obviously.
Yeah.
And instead of, it wouldn't have been like instead of 3-0, it would have been, I don't know, like 10 or 11-0. So definitely you got to work on some of those shots. Now, also, there's like 3 back-to-back saves from South Alabama. So credit their defense too.
Oh, yeah.
But make sure you hit those shots. And, if you're South Alabama, you got to find those opportunities to get out of defense. Once you make a clear, make sure you keep that ball pressure into your opponent's side of the field. Try to get some goals. Maybe get more than one shot off this time.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe a bit harsh, but fair. I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
I'm the tough love guy.
There you go. I'll be the good cop then. How about that?
There
We were
you
talking
go.
about the
Exactly.
15, 15 seconds into this one. Initial offense goes the way against St. Peter's, against the Peacocks. Now looking to keep that one alive. Flip this one around. South Alabama. Back on over to the side. Sid the man. No boost to be spoken of. No reason not to take this out, though. There's the big boost that he needs. Just a little bit outside. Left. Sid the man now covering this one up. Trying to bring it out and center it. Loses a little bit of it. And a solid redirect hit from Ura X gets blocked away.
Yeah, great save from Super Bro Dog. I will say for South Alabama, had a pretty decent start keeping the pressure on St. Peter's side, but now it looks like all the ball movement or all the actions happening on their side of the field, so they want to get it back into St. Peter's side as they do right there. Try to keep it there as long as they can until they can get a shot off.
The name of the game is simply spending more time on offense. Speaking of defense, though, Super Bro Dog coming in, showing up for his teammates after a weak hit, a no hit, and then a perfect hit from Super Bro Dog. Almost following it up with a perfect shot offensively. Liquid keeping this play alive. Down bottom is Ure. Takeaway hit to the left side. Nighty Mikey trying to cover this one up. Get on over to it. Wants to be the second hit and does. Triple commit from the side of the Peacocks. That would have been a dangerous situation if they didn't have ball control.
Exactly, that almost could have been a different story, but Ura X is also going to tell a different story, and that's going to increase St. Peter's lead. Right now on track to get a sweep in this series.
What South Alabama put up a goose egg in game number 2. Plenty of time left, but after a low-scoring affair, that's what we're staring at right now. Get back to the bottom. Sid the man trying to get there. Urx thankfully has rotated if you're a fan of the Peacocks.
Exactly, that looks like a nice wide open shot for the Jags, but St. Peter's defense just swarmed the ball a little too quick for anything to happen. And I don't know if South Alabama didn't have any boost or anything like that, but if they were able to get to that ball on time a little bit, we would have seen another goal.
Yeah, it seems like that's easier said than done against the squad they're playing against, but I can definitely agree with you. That this has really been, now halftime, 1 goal in it, really low-scoring affair.
Exactly. Again, one of those defensive slugfests of just passing the ball as far as you can, just playing keep away. Leftover burgers, though, giving us some fresh burgers, some fresh meat with that goal, making it 2-0.
Yes, sir. It's a tasty shot indeed. On the side of his. Shout out to Ura X as well. So Ura obviously wants to come in, may not even have a great look at this ball given where he's positioned inside of the opponent's goal, but just realizing that there's nothing else to be done, there's an open net and the shot is true, the angle is correct. Just simply getting on out of dodge is the best thing that you can do sometimes, and that's the third one gifted now to Sid the man after a demo in the middle.
Yeah, and just take a look at this right here. Just break off, move the ball real quick, little pause action, let the ball roll in front of the goal, and then you just give the littlest tap as you can. That wasn't really a tap, it was kind of a lunge. But either
Yes.
way, St. Peter's is up 3-0.
Slug away at that one. A home run hit indeed. Sid the man. Still able to get a hit on this, and yeah, maybe if he'd had a little bit more control over the ball, that'd have been another score right there. Who knows? It's theory crafting at its worst, perhaps. Sid the man, another shot across the top. Aerial performances showing out from the Peacocks so far. Whether or not Peacocks can fly, these players definitely can.
Yep, you just gotta let them, and then they'll fly. But right now, definitely. Also, I just gotta mention real quick, 90 Mike had a pretty good save against Ura-X from that goal line. But right now, we're still seeing a
Oof.
lot of the play. No one was paying attention to that ball rolling in. It looks like,
Yeah.
well, maybe just a little too much heat trying to fly towards the ball and just missing it.
Man, oh man, yeah. What? Hurricane Peters certainly touched down in South Alabama. Tough breaks right now. 90 seconds left. There's plenty of time for Sid the Man and the rest of the University of St. Peter's to continue on with this one. This is the biggest blowout we've seen so far between these two. And we really did start this out with a very, very clean, like, even game, you know? Game number one.
Exactly. Yeah, on pretty much all the games we've been seeing have been very slow, but all of a sudden St. Peter's starting to show some fireworks out here, putting up all the numbers. But yeah, definitely the pace of these games, it's just been, I feel like watching all three of these games, St. Peter's just gets gradually a little bit better and better as the series progresses.
Shot back to the middle. Two purple members, South Alabama members, coordinating on that one. Sid the Man looks purple, but he's definitely on the side of St. Peter's. 90 Mikey. Still a name I seem to be having problems with, but that is only goes to speak to its creativity, I suppose.
Exactly. I'll probably just stick with Nike. Till I get that right.
I'm almost certain that's the name he's been called for much of his player's life, so.
Heck yeah. Alright. And you think Sid the Man has the purple skin just to mess with South Alabama? Try to get in their
That's a
heads?
mess with the casters.
Oh, yeah. I guess so.
We took so long to start the game, they're getting back at us.
I guess so, yeah.
Because that's what we're in control of, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Volleyball
Good.
plays. That's a 3-0. St. Peter's taking this one. Very, very close game in game number one. This was literally one score in the first half. That went the way of South Alabama, I believe. And then St. Peter's tied it up in the second half with a single score. We saw a full minute and 10 seconds or something like a minute and 11 seconds or something like this
Mm-hmm.
in that overtime situation. And St. Peter's did squeak that out, as any overtime situation is. Following that up with not one but two forced goose eggs, shutouts right there. 3-0 in
Exactly.
game number two and 4-0 in game number three.
Yeah, and when we wanted to see South Alabama take more shots, they certainly did
Yeah,
with
true. True.
6 shots, so they did, but none of them went in, so not a lot of difference right there. But with the defense of St. Peter's, definitely was a pretty big significant factor of that. But really, just as the series progressed, we saw St. Peter's offense just get better and better and better. It was slowly but surely they were able to pull off this win, and they get their first win of the season.
Absolutely. And again, if we talked about like improvements from game 2 to 3, I think that was super bro dog for South Alabama, who was the only player to get a shot attempt in game number two. The simple fact that there was six and they were all across the board, at least each player getting at least or each player getting at least one, excuse me, shows signs of improvement, even if the score difference was only one different. But that's the positivity that I'll bring to the South Alabama Jaguars squad for that. Now, St. Peter's, though, 3-0 sweep. We're going to be getting a member of this squad on in for the little interview action here in the box. We'll go to that little break, unless my man South Beach has something else for you guys.
Now let's just go to the break.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Mhm.
Is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. It's ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Empty hearts and neon lights.